Hello and welcome back to Bullets for Bucks. My name's Steven Bresnaugh, and today I'm going to give you a couple short, easy elk hunting tips. Tip number one, be persistent. People are not persistent enough when hunting elk. Now this applies to all game in general, but especially with elk, you have to be persistent. You have to get out and do the daily grind. You have to get up early, go to bed late, put the time in, glass, and you cannot let the conditions or the fatigue stop you. Persistence is a very key part of consistently harvesting elk every single year. Number two, get up high and glass. You need to glass those south-facing slopes or southeast-facing slopes, especially in the afternoon when they go there for the sunlight. Now, if you're glassing early in the morning or very late, you might want to glass the north-facing slopes. Elk usually bed on the north side of the slope and feed or graze on the south side of the slope. So that's the tip. Glass those faces and hopefully you'll find more elk. Tip number three, get away from people. You've heard probably people like Randy Newberg on YouTube, who has a great channel with a lot of information, say you need to get away from people. Most people are never going to go farther than a mile or two from a trailer road. So if you can get away from a motorized trailer road, you have a lot higher chance of success next time you're in the field. I suggest using the Onyx mapping system, going and putting the roadless area filter on or layer on and looking for those areas that are shaded dark blue so that you know where you can get further away from people. Tip number four, prepare yourself. If you're going to spend tens of thousands of dollars or at least thousands of dollars going to hunt elk, because it's very costly, especially as a new hunter when you're initially getting equipment, you need to practice, and that means not only gaining knowledge and information, such as reading articles, reading books, or watching videos to get tips and tricks and to learn behavior of elk, but you also need to be practicing in the field. You need to be shooting at the range regularly. You need to be comfortable with your weapon system, and you need to know that it's going to work well for you. You need to make sure it's reliable as well. Tip number five, study the calendar seasons of elk. So elk are basically a herd animal, and at different types of the years, those herds or elk exhibit different behaviors, and they change in elevation. So their summer range may be 10,000 or 11,000 feet, and then they may come down to a transitional area around 7,000 feet, and then they may have a wintering area at 4,000 or 5,000 or 6,000 feet, depending on where you're hunting. So get familiar with elk patterns. Study where they're at elevation-wise, what feed they like, and so on. I hope you enjoyed this short video with 5 tips on hunting elk. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel.